you needed back at the office recently?
I have not looked. I don't know. Might be. Good morning. I should do that in the sun. Good morning, and welcome to day 2 of my 80 and 8. We're in the second arrondissement, commonly known as Bourg. So when I say commonly, it's actually commonly known as Le Deuxième. Nobody really talks about the arrondissements by their names, and nobody talks about the quarters at all, but that's how I'm exploring Paris, and today we're in Bonne Nouvelle, the easternmost quarter of the second, which you can find on this fancy map that was done by my buddy Boone Love's Video, who, if you've never gone and seen any of his tutorials and you want to learn how to make some fancy maps for yourself, you totally should. I'm currently walking on Rue Saint-Denis, which is one of the most famous streets in Paris, largely because of its prostitution. And it's like really old prostitutes too. But today we're not here for sex, we're here for coffee. I'm gonna meet Kate for a quick cheeky coffee and then maybe go to a fun spot for something to snack on as we wander in this delightful quarter of this delightful arrondissement. Now, this arrondissement is also famous for its covered galleries, which I'm actually pretty excited about because, as you'll see behind me here, there are lots of them. These 19th century galleries were inspired by Paris being a muddy mess back in the day. And after the success of Passage des Panoramas, which paved the ground and kept things covered and well lit, there's like a dozen that are still around, and they're mostly in the second. They stretch out into a couple different areas as well, but there are a lot of them here, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. But first, we're gonna try a brand new coffee shop we've never tried before, and Kate just texted me to say it's very tasty, and as you can tell by that text, I'm very late. It's funny because I never knew, I always thought of Pigalle up in the 9th and 18th as more of like the kind of like sex shop center, which it really is. It's much bigger than down here. I'd heard about Rue Saint-Denis being famous for this, but for whatever reason I always associate it with being somewhere farther north. Did I walk by where I'm supposed to meet Kate? I feel like I may have walked by where we're meeting. Anyways, I walked through here with my friend Lyrica one day and she was like, no, and she started telling me some of the history of the street. And then when I came with Chantal TV, who if you don't follow, you probably should go follow her as well. She's an amazing Dutch woman who's kind of like my live streaming mentor right now. Anyways, we met over here at the French Bastards for a little bit of a chat, and she filled me in on you know, just how nasty and interesting and funny the whole history of this neighborhood really is. And if you're lucky, I'll show you one of her fan favorites that she always shows her fans when she's streaming over here, which is a particular type of toy, roughly in the shape of the Eiffel Tower. Not gonna say what, because I don't want YouTube to demonetize me, but you know what I mean. Anyways, Bonne Nouvelle, the quarter that we're in today, is bounded on the north by Bonne Nouvelle, to the east by Sébastopol, to the south by Etienne Marceau, and on the left, or on the west, by Montorgueil and Rue Poissonnière. And look at you got me caught by...
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Sweater looks good.
I like your jacket.
Thanks. We're walking the cost.
Boom, diggity. Oh, that's fun.
It's not cold. No, it's okay.
I'm sure it's fine. Sorry,
I was like, Jay has a very different definition of I'm... It looks good without the mustache as well.
Yeah, you like the mustache change?
Yeah.
That's good. You excited to explore today?
Yeah.
I saw this place the last time I was here because there's a Space Invader behind you.
I don't even have that one. The coffee's actually pretty good. I mean, it's not our thing.
No, it's not our usual fare, but no offense to the almond milk lovers out there, but it's better than the almond milk latte from yesterday. Bonjour. French Bastards started in the 11th, and they just opened this one down here, and it's just fun to say. I'm trying their stuff beignet. I actually don't know I don't know what there was a caramel one. Oh, is this the raisin one? I don't know. It's Fait Maison. I think it's got hazelnuts in it. Whoa, is that fried chicken?
Yeah.
So what would you tell your tours when you brought them down here?
Oh man, this has been like 6 months since I've done tours. I would tell them about how these used to be like olden day shopping malls, basically from the Napoleon era, where like wealthier families would go because there's smaller artisanal shops here. Of like there's a knit store over here, like jewelry stores, and because I take them through one of the ugliest ones in Republic to start, and it's like covered in pigeon shit. So it's like always like, we'll see the prettiest one eventually. And then how they can kind of see like the old artisanal feel of like of Paris from when Napoleon redesigned it and the Haussmannian architecture.
It's great. That was good. Solid.
That was my tour guide spiel.
That was a good spiel.
No.
What? Are you okay? What happened?
My Cezanne necklace is gone.
Which necklace?
My Cezanne one.
Got to keep our eyes on the ground. Okay, so yeah, we just have to go this way, right?
But I just want to make sure it didn't like fall in my bag or something.
Yeah.
Oh my god, thank god.
It's there. There it is. Phew. Almost had to go retrace all of our steps to find Kate's necklace, but it's not lost. That was close.
That's crazy. Look, it's completely broken.
So it fell off your neck and landed in your purse?
My bag, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh man, that is luck.
And it's the weirdest thing because this morning when I put this on, the clip hadn't been like clipping all the way for a while, but if I just pushed it in, it would be fine. And I had a feeling put it on today in the back of my head. I was like, I wonder if I'm gonna lose it soon.
Oh no. I promise this isn't becoming a jewelry vlog, but the jewelry stuff just keeps popping up and it's interesting.
I was about to start crying. I'm not kidding.
I know you were really upset. I'm glad we found it. Yeah, breathe.
I was like,
Oh, those are real pressed flowers?
yeah.
That's cool. Wow, I really like that. There's all kinds of super cool random specialty stores in here. There's some like immobilier, so some like real estate agents and a media company and some other things as well. But this one also doesn't have a lot of restaurants in it. A lot of them have a ton of restaurants. There's some that we'll find over the course of the next few months that have a lot of restaurants. But surprisingly, this one only had like one.
Yeah, it's a very good.
Yeah.
But I think in general, they usually like either have a lot of restaurants or they just have a lot of like
Kind of specialized. Oh, look at this. This guy's got even more of those light switches. You can hear his school behind us. So Montorgueil's right there, right?
Yeah, we can't go down there.
Well, so we can. So Montorgueil's our border on that side. So we can walk down and up and back. So the thing is, Montorgueil is a border between two quarters. So we can.
It's buffer zone.
Exactly. It's not in any quarter per se. So we just can't go on the left side. Those are the rules. Pizzeria. Bianco, what?
Bianco has really good mojitos, and it's buy one get one happy hour, 5 to 7, and they're in mason jars, and they're delicious.
Perfect. Rue Montorgueil is one of the most famous streets in Paris as well, mostly because it's super difficult to say. Secondly, because it's full of restaurants, bars, cafes, markets, all kinds of good stuff.
The oldest bakery in Paris.
The oldest, which one's that? Oh, you can't point that one out, it's in the wrong quarter. 1730. That's pretty old. We'll get back to that in a future quarter. Also, if you want to follow along by maps, I forgot to mention, hold on, I'll switch cameras. But also, if you want to follow along, I made a map over on Patreon for my patrons that has all of the quarters. I've made boundary lines for the quarters and left it blank so you could fill it in with whatever you wanted as we go. Notes, comments, pictures, whatever. If you want to go over, if you're a patron, make sure you grab that. Download it, print it off, and use it to your heart's delight.
Their pad thai is pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, they have good Thai. Pad Thai is very good. And this place up here, Little Italy, has really good pizza.
Good to know. Kate knows this hood.
Some of the best tea in the city, but they have the shops in the 6th are prettier. But
if you want good tea,
Imperial Wedding is the best tea flavor I've ever had in my life.
Imperial Wedding, good to know. Mariage Frere, if you want some good tea. These guys, I've seen these guys all over the city, and I've gone into one, and they are really cool inside. Let's walk inside. Coup de Couchon
has really good.
The pig's butt or the pig's tail.
Yeah, they're ham and cheese sandwiches and chocolate mousse. So good.
Oh, good to know. All right, should we go down this street? That was a great little Rue Montorgueil tour a la Kate. Thank you. Seeing all kinds of Space Invaders that aren't real today. It does look very whiskey oriented. Kate and I were in the process of making a whole new series of guides to the city, including a cocktail bar guide.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
I was so looking forward to it.
It was really good. You did a great job. Kate does great work. She also, if you didn't know, Kate's my assistant. She also does the newsletter. She should totally subscribe to. Everybody who reads it loves it. She does a lot of great work. She writes a lot of great things. Go subscribe.
Thanks, Dan.
We need to find lunch. We need to go north. I say we go through the Passage du Caire because it's so different. And then hope that should bring us out about where we want to be. Why do scooters always have to start right when I decide to record my voice? Well, we'll find out. I think we can at least go right and left. This one's really different. It feels like it was a very modern decision to cover this one. Pretty last minute, but a lot of closed businesses. Have you ever been in here? It's not one of the fancy ones, but it is like you're saying, it's like clothing wholesalers, right? Yeah. Textiles and clothing wholesalers. Not all of these passages were created equally, just so you know. Ta-da! This is the one at the spot where Saint-Denis crossed with Faubourg Saint-Denis, which always confuses me. And it's no longer an active door. You can walk through it, but you can't drive through it. And it's also not in the arrondissement we're on today, so don't look away. Too bad we can't go in this one. Notre Dame de Bonne Nouvelle. I always assumed that that's where it got the name Bonne Nouvelle, was from the good news of like the coming birth of Christ. But I have to look that up and see if it's not true. If it is, I'll just leave this in. If it's not, I will put below what the real reason is. It's funny because some of these arrondissements, like the second, don't have anything big as far as monuments go, but they do provide some nice views of monuments. Which goes to show that sometimes you want to live in the prettiest area or the prettiest building, because then you got to look at the building that they get the view of your building from. Does that make sense as I said it?
I wasn't listening.
Yeah, it's nice to live in. It's nice to be in a spot where you can look out and have the nice view. All right, now for real. Let's find lunch.
Yeah.
Where do we go, Kate? That way? Let's go. Well, so here's the danger of this street is that this is our border street, so we can only eat at anything that's on this side of the street.
Okay.
Any ideas?
I don't know. We can walk down this way.
Okay,
I think all the other ones are good over here.
I see. If it's in the middle of the street, it's fair game down there.
Okay. There's a really good, where the place would be in Bar, they have really good food.
Oh, there's a pizza place too.
Uh-huh.
A pizza. Yeah. Oh! It's an Argentinian. Wait.
Yeah, they have, what's the Argentinian?
Empanadas.
Really
We're doing this.
Rue des Petits Carreaux. The names in Paris on the streets change so quickly and so randomly. Montorgueil is down there. Des Petits Carreaux is here. Poissonnière is there. It's all one line, but we gotta stay on this side of the street, which we're sitting a little bit on the wrong side, but we're eating on the right side. I was coming with two of them.
Yeah, and these
I love this. What is this sauce? It's like
it's
like,
very mild, but it's good.
I know, but I love it. I love empanadas. Argentinian food in Paris. Who knew?
Goodbye.
For the next 80 and 80.
Thanks for hanging out. See ya. That was great. This was delicious. I really enjoyed this a lot. I love empanadas, and unfortunately, my Argentinian friend came with me on the wrong day, because I'm sure she would have enjoyed this a lot more than the almond milk lattes. Anywho, I have a phone call. I've got a meeting here in a minute, but we did a pretty good job of nailing all this stuff. So we'll take one last walk through the neighborhood, and then gotta hop onto that. That was a great spot to have lunch. I guess, actually, technically, Hoppy Corner, the tap house that I visited with Dan last week, is also technically in this arrondissement, though I wanted to go that way for a second. I'll show it to you really quickly. It's in my guide, as well as on my Mapster. For those of you that are patrons, you might have access to that as well. But Hoppy Corner is just right here at the top of Rue Montorgueil. If you cross the street, just here, Hoppy Corner. Yeah. Great spot to get some local brews. All right, well, I might as well walk this way. The one last thing I wanted to look at, because the one border street we haven't really seen much of yet, is Sebastopol. And oh, that means that my other favorite bakery is actually in this neighborhood. If you want to know what that is, you can see it in the top 5 best bakeries video in Paris, I'm pretty sure. And it's in my guide as well. We've seen a lot and done a lot. Let's go see what Sebastopol looks like, and then, you know, I think that's a wrap for Bonne Nouvelle. Across the street is the 3rd arrondissement. That's next on the list, I suppose. And over here, oh, there's no sign. But you can trust me, we're still in the 2nd. And there you have it. We've wandered the streets of Bonne Nouvelle. We found the borders. I'm walking the final border right now. We've seen some invaders. We've hung out with Kate. Kate gave us some great recommendations, as she's always prone to do. And now it's time to bring it to a close. Thanks again to today's patron producer, my newest patron, Charles Waidler. Really glad you're here, man. Thanks for making this wander possible in the first place. And I hope the rest of you are having a wonderful day wherever it is you are. I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning for a wander in one of the quarters of the 3rd arrondissement here in Paris. Hopefully, we discover yet more new and fun things along the way. I want more empanadas now, but I should probably try something else tomorrow. Anyways, I'll see you tomorrow for that. Adios.